Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the Love Letters from Lakin podcast. You guys, I have so much to update you on today. Welcome to the third episode. Summer is in full swing. We're almost done with June already, which is crazy. Okay, couple things I want to get into. First of all, I'm wearing my headphones today because, and this is just me, okay? Because my sister is here, and for some reason, whenever I hear her like walking around the house, it makes me nervous to record, even though like I should be used to this by now. Anyways, it makes me nervous, so my headphones are on so I can kind of block that out. Okay, so couple updates before we get into today's episode. First of all, thank you guys for entering into the giveaway. We did already announce the winner, Macy Ballard. Congratulations. She won the gift card and the book. Macy, if you're listening to this, I'm so excited for you to read that book. It is one of my favorites. It's so good. 5-star read from this year, which is really good for me, by the way. Okay. Yes, so thank you so much for entering into the giveaway. Thank you so much for entering into the giveaway. Hallie and I both really appreciate it, and I'm glad that she got to come on last week. If you listened to last week's episode, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't listened, you should definitely go back and listen to it because Hallie and I are just such old friends, and we are old roommates. So it was really fun to catch up with her on the pod and just talk about each of our own business endeavors and what we've accomplished over the years and how we've grown and all that fun stuff. So, anyways, just want to get that off my chest. Updates for the week. So, you guys, before we get into the weekly report, I just want to touch on a couple things because, first of all, I was on Instagram the other day and I was like, oh my God, Tom Blythe, or I don't know how you say his name, Tom Blythe, whatever, the guy who plays young Snow in the new Hunger Games movie, he posted a picture of Donald Sutherland and was like, I never got to know you, but you did such a good job playing this character, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, did he die? Guys, Donald Sutherland passed away. And I was so sad because, like, he's not going to be able to see the new movie. And that just makes me so sad because the new movie that's coming out, like, he would have been, like, Snow would have been president by that time. So, and not that they would have Donald Sutherland play him anyway, because it was years before. But it's just so sad that he'll never get to see that next installment of the franchise. But anyways, he not only was known for the Hunger Games, but many other things, and he was such a great person. So that was really so sad. That made me so sad. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about yesterday. So the day I'm recording this, it is June 24th. Taylor Swift played her last show in London yesterday. I think it was her last show. And she brought Travis Kelce on the stage with her. Because she does this, so during the Tortured Poets Department era of the show, whenever she sings those songs, she has like a little interlude where I think it's The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, and she like represents her like dying after that, and then she goes straight into I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And she brought Travis out for the interlude, and he was like literally dressed up as the dancers, and he like carried her. Oh, it was so cute. I don't know how to explain it if you've never seen the show. Like I'm literally on live streams every day watching her every move. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, literally just go look it up. Taylor brought Travis on stage on like TikTok or something. But she brought him out and it was so cute. And he picked her up and carried her, and like it is just so representative of like he saved her while she was brokenhearted. And it I've been seeing these tweets that are like, imagine you get broken up with and she plays like 5 shows in your hometown and she brings her ex on stage, and like literally like the prince of London is there, or like the king. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know anything about royalty, but I think it's Prince William was there and his kids. Correct me if I'm wrong. I really don't know anything about that. Sorry, London. But just imagine like being, I'm not gonna say his name, but imagine being Taylor Swift's ex right now. Like, I'd be so, I'd be so depressed. Like, I would never show my face again. So, okay. Anyways, Sabrina Carpenter is going on tour. She just announced a short and sweet tour. So that's going to be, her new album is called Short and Sweet. My sister and I are going to try to get on the pre-sale tomorrow morning, or the pre-sale will be past by the time this episode goes up, but the pre-sale is on Tuesday, June 25th. So while you're listening to this, that was yesterday. So manifesting it, I got tickets. Yeah, we got tickets to Sabrina Carpenter and they were very cheap. I'm just going to put that out right now because we're going to do it. So my sister and I saw Sabrina Carpenter on her emails I can't send to her, like the first leg of it, before she even announced that she was going to like a bunch of other cities. And the reason I wanted to go so bad is because, well, one, like we've been fans since Girl Meets World. We are OG fans of Sabrina Carpenter. I will always and forever keep saying that because I'm proud of it and because I'm just gonna force you to know. I'm gonna force you to know that I was fans of these people before they became popular. That's just something you're gonna have to deal with. So anyways, my sister and I went to the emails I can't send to her. We were pit. We were like second row. We got to do sound check, which was super fun. We got to hear her do sound check and like a little Q&A session. And it was the day after my birthday a couple years ago or a few years ago. I can't remember when it was. It was so incredible though. And like, obviously like her stage presence is so much better now, but like still even back then, like she has just always been so electric on stage and so hilarious. I mean, if you know Sabrina, you know she has hilarious humor and I just love her so much. Anyways, okay, couple other updates. I just recently got the biggest paycheck of my life. I woke up on Saturday morning and I was like, when my dad had texted me, he was like, "Whoa, you just got a lot like deposited into your bank." And I was like, "Oh my God." And let's just say I've never had that much money at once and I'm feeling like rich. I'm feeling like I'm not poor anymore. Just kidding. I mean, it really did, like, in all seriousness, it really did help me out a lot. It's gonna help me out a lot in these next coming months because you guys know what it's like to live in this economy. All right, you guys, let's get into my weekly report. Starting with releasing. You guys know this one. Releasing. You guys, we have had so much good music come out this year already. It's insane. So I want to talk about Brat by Charlie XCX. So this album, Charlie XCX is really the only hyper pop artist that I listen to because she just does it so well. But also, I'm new to it. I haven't really deep dived into the hyper pop world yet, but I definitely will be doing that after this album because Brat was truly a cultural reset. It's all I can think about. Every single thing I do, I'm like, Brat Summer. Like, oh, that's so Brat Summer. And it's like, I know my friends are probably getting so annoyed with it, but it's just so fun to be like, oh, that's so Brat Summer. A couple of my favorites on the album are Guess, Spring Breakers, Girl So Confusing, obviously. I mean, 360 is still one of my favorites. It's such a bop. And then, what's the other one? I need to look at the track list so I can just tell you guys. Everything is Romantic. Oh, I love that song. That is one of the, on first listen, I was like, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. And I also love Mean Girls. Honestly, this album is a no skip album. The deluxe version is 18 songs, which is really awesome. No skip album. It's so fun to pregame to. It's so fun to party to. And it's fun to also listen like in the car or listen literally anytime. I love this album so much. Okay, so another releasing I want to talk about is The Secret of Us, Gracie Abrams. So this album just came out last Friday. And again, I really do love this album. Off first listen, there were a couple that I was like, I might skip these in the car. But, after listening for a while, I'm like, okay, this is a good album. It's one of those albums that I think some of the tracks had to grow on me, but they totally have already. And all of these songs are just really good car songs, like highway songs. Like, I just want to put these on anytime I'm in the car and just full blast. I want them injected into my veins. I want to feel them in every crevice of my body, if you know what I mean. Okay, another releasing, Charlie XCX. She did a remix of Girl So Confusing, the song, with Lorde. And if you don't know the lore to this, let me just give you a quick background. Basically, Charlie XCX and Lorde used to be really good friends. And again, tell me if I'm getting this wrong, but they used to be really good friends and they still, they were still friends and mutuals, but Charlie XCX basically thought Lorde hated her, but then Lorde gets on this remix and she's like, "No, bitch, I was just depressed. I just hated myself for a while, but we're good." She was like, "I don't know, I just thought your life was really awesome and I just was working through some shit." And they hopped on the remix. They worked it out on the remix. I want to play, or I want to listen to some of the, no. I want to read some of these lyrics to you guys because it's so insane. Like, oh wait, why wouldn't it let me pull up the lyrics? Please, 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 please. Okay, never mind. No, I have to show you guys because it's like, it's so good. So basically, let's just go to Charlie's Instagram. I think she posted it. Okay. Oh, like it's okay. Well, honestly, I was speechless when I woke up to your voice note. You told me how you'd been feeling. Let's work it out on the remix. Okay. First of all, yes, I love that. And okay, I'm going to read a little bit more of this. Okay. So she would say, I was so lost in my head and scared to be in your pictures because for the last couple years I've been at war with my body. And then she goes to say, forgot that inside the icon there's still a young girl from Essex. And I forgot that inside the icon there's still a young girl from Essex. And I love that because it's like, Lord, she's saying, she's saying we tend to lose ourselves so much and in our mental that we forget like there's just a young girl inside of us that needs to be nurtured. And I just love that. And I love, if you go to Charlie XCX's Instagram, you can see that she posted this Lord's text to her, and all Charlie's responses, she goes, fucking hell. And I just thought that was so funny. But at the end of Lord's verse, she goes, I'm glad I know how you feel because I ride for you, Charlie. And it just like echoes, and it's so sweet. It's like, it makes me want to forgive every single girl I've ever had beef with because they really just got on there and worked it out in the remix. Imagine if Kendrick and Drake could have done this. They couldn't have because women are superior. Okay, so that was it for releasing. I mean, yeah, I don't really think there's anything else I need to go over. I mean, Post Malone is releasing some new music recently, but not everything is out. I kind of love Post Malone's little country twang he's got going on, his little country vibes. I think his new album is called like F1 Trillion. I love it, honestly. I think it really suits his voice. I think it really suits his style of music. So that's exciting. Okay. Experiencing, this is what I want to talk about. I've been experiencing feelings of, I've been really missing my nanny girls. I miss them so much. After spending 9 days with them, it's so hard to go without them. Like, I feel like they're my own children, But I FaceTimed Briley the other day. It was really sweet. She showed me her new Louis Vuitton purse. So jealous of that girl. No, she's the cutest. Like, she's like, Lincoln, I got the Louis Vuitton. But I FaceTimed her and I text her all the time. I just love her so much. I actually, like literally 2-3 days after I finished nannying them, she texted me. She was like, can you come over and make ramen? And so I went over there and made ramen for her because she only likes it how I do it. Love you, girl. I miss you. Okay, another thing I've been experiencing lately, I've been tapping back into my peaceful nights where I can just really fully rewind. So what I've been doing recently, I've been trying not to have a glass of wine at night. I've been trying to swap it for a poppy in a glass or kombucha or something like that because I really don't need to be drinking a glass of wine every night. So something I'll do is put my poppy and ice in like a wine glass so it still looks cute, but then, I have something to sip on and it just feels right. And lately I haven't been reading as much, which we'll get into, like I've said, the past 2 weeks. But lately it's been more of watching a comfort show, which for me is One Tree Hill. Okay, that leads us right into playing and rewatching One Tree Hill. I love that show so much. It's such a comfort show. I feel like it's a rare show that just really tackles like hard-hitting topics, and it really helps you navigate high school life, but then also adulthood after college and everything. So that's been really fun to rewatch. I just love that show so much. I could watch it every day for the rest of my life. Okay. I've also been just like loving mornings recently, which I've always been a morning person. Like I said, not by choice, but I've been loving it so much more. And I think that everything is just so peaceful in the morning. And I feel like, did I say this last week? I don't know. But there's such an innocence to mornings that you genuinely can't find that feeling in any other part of the day. At least I haven't felt that feeling in any other part of the day, but mornings are they're just so peaceful. They're so innocent. And I love the feeling of waking up in those first 10 minutes. You're like, I don't need to worry about anything right now. Like, I've been taking my daily walks. I love doing my daily walks. It is a little scary in downtown Springfield, walking by myself, but I really cherish that time to just be in my own head and release some feelings. So, anyways, playing, watching, yeah, One Tree Hill. Okay, me and my roommates have been playing Roblox Dress to Impress, and it is so fun, you guys. The only beef I have though is with these kids who are on this game, and they think they can give me a 2-star, or like they get podium and I don't. It's really pissing me off because some of these girls really do not get the theme. Stay on theme. You know what I mean? It's like you can tell like some of these younger girls were not around when the Met Gala theme was camp and Carly Kloss was staring camp right in the eye. Like some of those girls just never lived through that, so I'll give them a pass because they don't really understand themes like I do. So anyway, that game is so fun. I can't. Obsessing, the Brat album, the Gracie album. I've been obsessing over those, and then also planning for the New York trip. Like I said, I just recently got the biggest paycheck of my life. So yesterday I did some shopping for the New York trip. I got a lot of cute clothes. I got what I'm wearing right now. I got this watch. Oh my god, if you guys, I need to post this on my Instagram story. I haven't yet. It is the most beautiful vintage watch. The brand is called Joan Rivers Classics, which I've never heard of. But if you are watching on YouTube, you can kind of see it looks like a David Yurman. Is that his name? But it's not. But it looks like one, and it's stunning. So, oh, love that. Yeah, I got a lot of jewelry yesterday, a lot of accessories. I found these beautiful vintage red pointed toe kitten heels that are Ralph Lauren. Like, are you kidding me? I'm so excited to wear those in New York. I also got some cute ballet flats with like gold detailing, and they're like brown, I think. I'm excited to wear those in New York. Anyways, I also got some linen pants and yeah, just some cutie things to walk around New York in that'll be cute and comfortable. The only thing I could not find and haven't been able to find is a good pair of Adidas Gazelles or Sambas. They're like sold out everywhere, which is so frustrating, but it's fine. They honestly might have a pair in New York and I can just buy one there. Okay, so that's what I've been obsessing over. I also, you guys, I didn't realize how close I am to moving out. Have I even said this on the podcast? Okay, I'm moving back to my parents' house because I can't afford to pay rent anymore, obviously. I mean, in this economy. So, right now, okay, when you're looking at where I'm sitting, it looks beautiful, it looks clean, it looks fresh, but I'm currently looking at a hurricane of things. My clothes are on a chair. I have a suitcase that's not unpacked. The bed is filled with like sound equipment and like random shit and packaging. There's books everywhere, there's stuff on the floor. I need to get this place together because I'm literally moving out in like a week and a half. So, anyways, okay, reading. Y'all, I'm still in a book slump. What if I told you that I'm still reading Heartless by Elsie Silver? What if I told you that I've been reading that book for about 2 weeks now? I'm embarrassed to say the least. Like, it is halfway through the year and I'm not even halfway done with my book goal, which is fine. And book slumps happen. It was bound to happen, and it's not like I'm not gonna, not read anything one month and then read a bunch the next month. Like, there's gonna be months later in this year, I know, where I'll read like 5-6 books, and that'll help me catch up. And I really need to stop worrying about my reading goal so much because it really doesn't even matter. But I'm obsessed with numbers, okay? I'm obsessed with numbers. So, still in a book slump. We're trying. I don't know. Again, I really can't do it after Throne of Glass. I still need time to process that. I don't think I'll ever process it. Okay. Anyways, treating. So, treating. Obviously, I've been buying some new clothes and accessories for New York. Gotta have it. I actually haven't bought books in a while because, again, I'm in a book slump and I'm finally like, I'm very conscious about like, okay, I don't need to be buying right now if I'm not even reading. So that's something I've been able to restrain myself from. The only thing is, I finally found like a semi-affordable Throne of Glass box set. That's the first edition, first run. And it's really not that bad, and I really want to bite the bullet, but I'm scared because that's a lot of money. Even though it's on the lower price side, it's still a lot. It's a big investment. But I just like, I know I need those at some point in my life because that's like, again, it's my favorite book series. I think it's the only book series that I would fully have like tons of different editions and sets of because I mean, it changed my life. There's a beautiful set by this artist. I can't remember what their name is or what their Instagram is, but she like I think she like paints the covers and the edges are sprayed and it's just beautiful like landscape work and it's so colorful and whenever you put all the books together, like all the sprayed edges like kind of match up to make a picture. Gorgeous. I might ask for that for Christmas. But yeah, treating, new clothes, new accessories, new all that. Another thing this is what I meant to tell you guys. I'm about to go get a tattoo after this. Two, actually. I'm about to go get two tattoos after I record this episode. And you guessed it, they are both dedicated to Throne of Glass, okay? Should I tell you what they are or should I make you wait till I post it? I think I'm gonna make you wait until I post on my Instagram so that you're forced to go follow me. So go follow me on Instagram at Lakin Olmstead or Love Letters from Lakin to see my new tattoos. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. One of my good friends, Kylie from high school, she was my bestie. She was my bestie girl when we were like 16. We got into a lot of trouble together and I will just always have a place for her in my heart. She is a tattoo artist here in the city. So I'm going to go see her after this. I'm super excited for that. And also, guys, tomorrow I'm getting my hair done by Miranda. I'm so excited. I'm going back blonde, or at least blonder than what I am right now because like the ends of my hair are blonde. But I'm super excited to get my hair done. It's been like probably 2 years since I've really gone to a professional and let them just do their thing. So I'm super excited for that. I'm finally going to feel like myself again. It's been way too long since I've been blonde. If you go back on my Instagram, you can see the blonde bob was where it was at. Like that was my signature look and I'm just excited to get back to that. I'm not going to full on bob it tomorrow because my hair is getting longer. I think I'm going to try to grow it out, but we are going to, do a little trim, maybe some layers. I don't know yet. We'll see. So next week, you guys, next week when we're back, I'm going to look totally different, but it's going to be good. I promise. Good transformation. Okay. I don't know if I have any more updates. Let me think. I've been listening to the Skinny Confidential a lot. That is one of my favorite podcasts because they have so many cool, interesting people on who, it ranges anywhere from like a famous actor to a musician to a sex therapist to a stoner to like they just have the cool to like literal like scientists. They have the coolest people on and I love listening because it's so educational. Like they can be a little silly sometimes. They can talk about, just like self-care, stuff like that. But I love, love, love putting on a podcast when I want to listen to something productive. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I just love their podcast so much. I love feeling like I'm educating myself while listening, but I'm still enjoying it. Like I wouldn't fall asleep to it, if you know what I mean. All right. So I want to do a quick like quote of the week type thing. I think it's not really a quote. It's something I saw on Instagram and I kind of just paraphrased it into my own little quote, but this has really stuck with me this week. So instead of thinking I'm too much, think I am so thankful that my passion and intensity weed out the ones who don't have that fire in them out of my life. I loved that because I think a lot, and I was talking to my friend Kylie about this the other day on Instagram. Shout out Kylie. We were both talking about how we have been perceived as too much by people in our life or we've grown up just being called too intense or you're too obsessed or you love that too much, you're too passionate. And I just think, yeah, why not? Like I'd rather be too much than the opposite. I'd rather be fully passionate and so intense about something that it drives someone crazy because then I'm like, okay, you don't have that fire in you, so I don't want you in my life. I think I grew up kind of embarrassed about loving things too loudly. And as I've grown up, I'm like, that's not something you should have ever been embarrassed about. And I love being able to tell my younger self that. I wish I could, go back and tell her, but that's why we learn and that's why we grow. But yeah, when Kylie mentioned that she had felt like that, I was like, wow, like I've always felt like that too. And it's refreshing to see to know that other people go through that because I don't know, I've just always loved things so intensely and so passionately and I can never be normal about something, which we've mentioned before on here and I'm sure you can probably tell from spending the past 3 weeks with me every Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked that quote. I'll repeat it again. Instead of thinking I'm too much, think I'm so thankful that my passion and intensity weed out the ones who don't have that fire in them out of my life. So yeah, I don't know. I have always believed like you are who you surround yourself with, and I want to be surrounded by motivated, driven, and passionate. Okay, passionate and passionate people. So, anyways, today I want to talk a little bit about pop culture and pop music. As you can tell, the pop girlies have had a resurgence. Like, obviously, back in the day, it was Madonna, Lady Gaga, all the classics. Who else? I can't think of a million right now, and that's probably going to happen a lot, but you know what I mean. I think pop music has really had a rebirth, and it makes me so happy because this kind of goes back to me feeling like I'm too much or too obsessed. I have always been a huge fan of pop music, especially girls who are in pop. And growing up, I was made fun of that so hardcore. I was made fun of for only listening to girl artists. I was made fun of for liking Taylor Swift. I mean, come on, that was, that still happens actually. But yeah, I was made fun of for just loving pop and loving the fun of it, and just how it can be unserious. It's so unserious, but it can be serious, and I think people don't take pop music as serious as they should, or they never did before. But now with this resurgence and this rise of these new pop stars, or even pop stars who have been doing this for a long time, but they're just now getting noticed. Like, I'm really proud of a lot of these artists for finally getting the recognition they deserve. And I'm glad people are becoming more open to the thought of pop music. So I just want to talk about, I'll give you my like favorite pop girlies. These are like my top pop girls. They're like, I have a pop girl playlist. These are the girls that are on it. Gracie Abrams, obviously, just talked about her. Her new album is beautiful. It's so touching. It was kind of a sad beat. She tricked us with Risk. She really tricked us with Risk and Close to You. But that's okay, Gracie girl. I love your music regardless. I love you. Chapel Roan, obviously, Sabrina Carpenter, duh, Charlie XCX, Ariana Grande. Me and Kennedy have always been huge Ariana Grande fans ever since Yours Truly and all that stuff. Taylor Swift, obviously. Renee Rapp, love you, girl. God, I love her. Madison Beer. Those are just to name a few. There's so many others that are so successful. Oh, okay. I actually can't talk today. So successful. Oh, Olivia Rodrigo. Duh. I just love my pop girls, and I think they deserve the world. So, yeah, there's such a rising, what would you call it? A wave of pop girlies are taking over right now, and you can't escape it. That's the thing. It's everywhere. You're gonna see these girls all over the internet, and you can't help it. You can't get away from it. And I just love that so much. But yeah, going back to growing up being made fun of for liking and loving pop girls who express and really own their femininity, like, I just think growing up listening to them has made me a stronger person, and it has made me unashamed to show my feminine. I'm just going to take a second. I'm going to try to talk and hope that it works. Okay, anyways. Growing up, loving pop music, being made fun of for it because everyone wants to make fun of girls, apparently. Anyways, there was actually this news article that was talking about, like, oh, Sabrina Carpenter's music is so risque. It's so, like, scandalous. Like, she just talks about being horny. Like, so? And if a man did it, I'm sorry, have you ever heard The Weeknd's music? And you're telling a woman that she cannot also express her sexuality. And not only am I someone who loves to express my feminine side, I also am very open about sexuality and expressing that and self-love and all that stuff, because there's nothing to be ashamed of. And that's just another narrative. Like, if a news article headline were to say, oh my God, like, The Weeknd, his lyrics are so risque. Like, he's so, I don't even know. Like, that would never happen to a man. You know what I mean? But it's happening to Sabrina. Like, leave her alone. She's just doing her silly little nonsense outros. I don't know. It makes me upset, but you can't deny that she's taking over the world right now, and she's such a rising star. She's been a rising star. She deserves this breakthrough. Same with Chappell Roan. But anyways, I live for it. I love her nonsense outros. They are so funny to me. I'm trying to think of what hers was whenever I was at her Chicago show. I think it was like, oh my God, what was it? She said something like swallow. Should I pull up the video right now? Give me a second. All right, I found it, y'all. You can hear me singing. That's so funny. Yeah, that was it. So she said, wait, how did I already forget? Water. Oh yeah, water ain't the only thing I swallow. Wish that I could play out here tomorrow. My favorite city is Chicago. Cute. Okay, so that was in October of 2022. So that was a couple years ago. Ugh. I have to see her again. I'm seeing her again. We're putting it out into existence. Okay. Anyways, I just want to talk about that a little bit and how, there's still a double standard that unfortunately in some news and journalist spaces hasn't been broken. And that's the thing. People just want to talk. And I love how Sabrina and like so many artists are so unbothered by it. Like you really aren't making an effect on their lives by saying that. They're so unbothered. And what was I going to say? I had something really insightful to say and it just flew out of my mind. I feel like every time I come on to record, I'm like, I have so much good stuff to talk about. And then it literally evaporates from my brain the second I sit down with this mic, which is so annoying. Okay. I also want to go back to talking about the Girl So Confusing remix with Charlie XCX and Lorde, because I feel like there was such vulnerability put into that song, into that track. It's just like, when has there ever been a track like this before? There has been no music like that before, where two artists are literally beefing, and then they just are like, okay, let's work this out in the remix. Literally, like, they just got in the studio and were like, girl, this is how I've been feeling, but literally put it into a song. I don't know. I admired Charlie XCX so much, and Lorde. They're both icons. Insane. I mean, Lorde has been the soundtrack of our life since forever, since the past decade and before that. She is incredible. And Charlie XCX is also so incredible, but they're beautiful in their own ways. They're talented in their own individual ways. And it's so cool to see two women come together like that and just smash every norm of like mean girls, And again, it makes me want to forgive every single girl that I've ever had beef with. And it makes me want to squash like every little petty thing, and just like, girls, like, they just single-handedly ended like beef. You know what I mean? Okay. There's nothing in my mind today, apparently. All I can think about is how I'm excited to get a tattoo. Can't wait for that, like, the feeling. Okay. Anyways, it's been like a year since I've gotten a tattoo, so I am really excited. I'm a little nervous because I will tell you one thing. I'm getting one that's not on my arms. And if you know, I've only ever gotten tattoos on my arms. I think I'm going to get one on my leg today, which is really exciting. So I'm a little nervous that it's going to hurt. It probably will hurt, but we're good. Okay. So yeah, to wrap things up, I'm loving this pop renaissance that's happening right now. I think it's so fun. It's so girly. I think it's bringing girls and boys, I mean, everyone. I think it's bringing everyone together all over the world. No, but in reality, I think it's creating a really fun space online right now, as well as in person. It's just Pop music is genuinely the soundtrack of my life, and I think that it is an art. And some people may say it's bland. There's no meaning behind it. It's stupid. I don't know. It's an art. It's the same as any other music genre, and I hate when it gets overlooked because it really is. Like, come on, the power to be able to create a beat like Charlie XCX, girl, so confusing. Okay, to wrap things up, what's in my memory box this week? So, a couple good things in my memory box this week, actually. So, the first one is that this past weekend, I just spent the entire weekend with my roommates, Brittany and Jordan. So, since I am moving out in about a week and a half, Jordan and I just spent our last night living together ever, because she's home for the summer, and so she's only come to visit our apartment like a few weekends this summer. So this past weekend was her last weekend visiting that we will both be in the apartment together. And we like just realized this like literally yesterday. I'm like, wait, this is literally our last night of living together. And it was so sad. Like, I love those girls so much. We've been living together for 2 years now, so it's going to be hard to move on and move out, but I know that those girls are long-lasting friends. I know they're going to be in my wedding. I know I'm going to be in theirs. Like, the friendship isn't going anywhere. And we're all still going to be super close. And I'm going to be over there all the time. I'm actually going to break in. So, anyway, so we did our little roomie ritual last night. And we always watch horror movies with wine and just play Roblox or some shit. So that's what we did last night. We watched The Strangers Part 1. It was actually pretty good. We enjoyed it. It actually, it gave us a little thrill, which normally it's hard to scare us, So that was really nice, and I'm going to miss you, Jordan, so much. Second thing going into my memory box, this was so special. So my internet friend, Sydney, Life and Books with Sid on Instagram, we did a little FaceTime session / wine night / listening party to The Secret of Us last Thursday night. It was so much fun. We FaceTimed like a few minutes before the album came out, and then we like share played it so we could listen to the album together, and it was so special. I've said this once, I'll say it again. I love internet friends, and I'm so grateful for Sydney and Juliana. I'm so thankful for you too. Those two girls like just came into my life so unexpectedly, and it's so fun to be able to talk to them about such niche interests that no one else in my life really gets, I guess. So that I appreciate and love them so much. Juliana, I cannot wait to hug your neck in literally like 3 weeks. Sydney girl, I'm going to find my way out to you. I don't know how, I don't know when, but we will be hugging very soon. But that was so special. That seriously, I had so much fun chatting with her and listening to the album and seeing each other's reactions. Which, by the way, one thing I forgot to mention, the feature with Taylor Swift, oh my god. I mean, we knew Taylor was incredible at bridges, but a Taylor and a Gracie bridge, insane. Like, those lyrics, I actually kind of want to, before we wrap this up, I want to talk about some of the Secret of Us lyrics. So Free Now is technically the last track before Close to You, and this bridge was incredible. This isn't the one with Taylor, but this is from Free Now. It's from her new album. Let me find oh, okay. Wait. I was brave when I kissed you in London. We're collateral here. Man, we got hit. Hope you find somewhere safe for your baggage. Every page that I wrote, you were on it. Feel you deep in my bones, you're the current. And I show no restraint, it was something. Ugh! Guys, it's so good. If you find yourself out, if there is a right time, chances are I'll be here. We could share a lifeline. If you feel like falling, catch me on the way down. Never been less empty. All I feel is free now. I love that song because I think it represents perfectly what it's like to fall for somebody who is emotionally unavailable, but you're very secure in yourself. And I think for me that does happen a lot, where I fall for somebody who is emotionally unavailable, and maybe I didn't know it first, maybe I did know it first and I just ignored it, but me myself, I am so secure in myself, and so I'm like, oh well, if you ever like come back to yourself, or if you ever find yourself, let me know, like I'll be here waiting. And it's like no, we've got to stop waiting for these people to change, because they will drag us down with them. And I think that song was just so powerful for me. It's definitely in my top 3 because I relate to it so much. I can relate to it so much. And I know the feeling where you don't want to let go because you feel like you can fix them. You feel like you can help them because you are so secure in yourself, but you will only end up bringing yourself back from all that healing. I love the line where she says, I hope you find a place for all of your baggage. Like, it embodies the feeling of, like, knowing that this person that you are really, like, you really like is struggling so much, and you truly do hope that they can figure it out and find that healing, but you can't be there to do it with them. And so it is freeing when you finally let go, and you're, still in the back of your head, you're like, well, if you ever find yourself, like, I'm here, like, come find me, we'll fall together. But I really like that song. I think it really touched me in a lot of ways, and I can definitely relate to it. So I definitely recommend you guys go listen to that album. So, all right, let's wrap this thing up. Again, thank you guys so much for entering the giveaway. That really meant a lot to Hallie and I stay tuned for more giveaways in the future. Stay tuned for more guests. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up. But without further ado, go follow me on Instagram at Lakin Olmstead, at Lakin Loves Words, at Lakin's Reads. I will say my Bookstagram is a little lacking right now because of said book slump. But other than that, definitely go follow it for my reappearance. It'll happen at some point. Go make sure to watch this on YouTube and subscribe if you want to see my beautiful face. And this has been a love letter from Lakin. Thanks, guys. Bye.